Hello. Hi, everyone. Took me a minute to figure out how to go live, but say hi if you can see me in the chat. And I think it's working. Hi. I see a lot of hearts. I can see you. Okay. We're in. Oh, this is so cool. I've only done this a couple times, like with you know, a couple, or I've only done this once, really, to be honest, with a totally different artist. So I'm really glad you guys were down to join. Thank you for joining the Plave live stream. It was a really exciting month. I mean, things are always exciting, I feel like, but I I wanted to I just always felt like there was a lot of love from Plea and from Play fans. And I don't know, I'm so curious to learn more about this fan community and learn more about you guys and connect. And so I just wanted to host this. You guys gave such great responses on Twitter, X, whatever you call it. And I just thought it would be kind of cool just to connect because I just think it's a really cool fandom and want to just say hi to you guys and learn more. And yeah, so music as well. I hope I don't get copyrighted or anything, but yeah, we have a really good amount of people in here too. Oh my gosh, 250. You guys are great. Um, Feel free to leave any comments in the live stream. I'm going to just kind of go through some things that I said I would talk about in my little preview for this. You guys are coming from my home office, actually. You can see a little poster here in honor of things. What did I have for breakfast? I saw someone ask that. Right now, breakfast is still coffee. Haven't had. Oh no, there's a little audio on my audio. I think I'll turn on the music a little. Ooh, my mic. Wait, I've been having weird mic issues. Let me know where you guys are from, by the way. Is it sounding a little bit better? Oh, shoot. All right. Audio is better, right? Okay. You know what? Why don't I just play a little music from my phone and we'll keep that. Oh my gosh. Taiwan, Germany, Malaysia, Philippines, US, Aussie. And I know the timing isn't ideal. Like, it's early on a Saturday for me. I'm going to eventually eat dinner. Not dinner. I'm going to go to brunch with a friend who's leaving town actually a little bit later. But Chroma Drift, a classic. I love that the album starts like this. The latest album starts like this because, yeah. But let's get into it. Yeah, I think. It's a good question to start with. I just saw in the chat, but also it's a good question just to start. The whole kind of reason I wanted to do this was, yeah, first impressions of Plave was that I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. You guys know that actually, I should probably leave my little article like pinned as a comment, right, or something. But they were being pitched to me by YG Plus, who are their distributor. What YG is under, um, what do you call it? YG Plus is under YG Entertainment, of course, home to Blackpink, amongst others. Um, yeah, but I just didn't really know what to expect. And I I was I knew kind of about virtual idols, but I didn't really know like what Plave was or how they were being positioned. So I kind of just kept my eye on it and just wanted to just kind of like know a little bit more. But recognizing they were a boy band, recognizing it's not AI or anything like that, that these were real musicians. But I think it was the Mary Plismas song, right? That kind of like really started blowing up and kind of really starting to get a lot more attention on them, especially on the charts in Korea. So I was like, oh, okay. And to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of Christmas music, so I didn't. Ooh, that saxophone. Um, so again, it was like, okay, I got, I'm gonna watch this, and then when, of course, Astera 143 came out, I was like, wait a minute, hold on, this is really good because the first song on the album, right, is "Watch Me Woo." I think I had heard "Way for Love," um, and someone said "Way for Love" is the best song out there. I said what I said. You're not wrong, okay? You're really not wrong. Um, it's an incredible song, and I thought, okay, let me dive a bit deeper into this. And and then I well, let me step back a second because they did put out that first album. They kind or the first single album. I'm never really sure what to call these albums, but when Asterum 1341 came out, I heard Way for Love. I was like, okay, this is good. I got to check into it. And then um and then just getting into the album, right? The first song is Watch Me Woo. So I was like, hold on, wait a minute. This is really cool. Like reggaeton vibes, and there's a little Spanish in there. Like, okay. And then I thought Virtual Idol was such a clever song from such a beautiful song. Our movie, also really good vibe, really easy listening. And I'm like, wait a minute, these guys have it. Like they really have it. Um, and yeah, just from there, I was totally I want to say obsessed. That's gonna make me sound a little crazy, but I was just like, oh, these guys are the real deal. And not to say that I didn't take them seriously or didn't want to watch them beforehand, but I was like, oh, this music is really good. And then actually, it was a lot of fans that kind of called me out on this on Twitter, on social media, because I was so curious about their collaborators. Like I remember, like Captain was on there, and just kind of like big names that were kind of like making a lot of music that I loved. And a lot of fans are like, don't forget that like the guys themselves are also part of the music too. Like they're really like in it. I was like, you're so right. Like it's not just Plave, singing. It's Plave, doing the instruments, doing the producing, composing, songwriting. Um, it's it's so cool, and then just learning a bit more about the backstory and wanting to learn more about their backstory. I just thought it was such an interesting kind of, I don't want to call it a concept, but just a different way to approach music, right? Because I really do feel for artists and musicians, and I think it can be really tough and intense. And I think just the fact that they get to kind of be a little more hidden, at least in their private lives, I thought was really, really an interesting concept. And it made me kind of wonder, okay, what else is there? So, yeah. So I'm just that's kind of like my starting base. So let's start there. But I love that someone said because they produce their own music, they know exactly what kind of songs work for their voices. Plave are the only virtual idols I like, honestly, though there are many good ones out there. I was actually curious about that. If Plave fans or Plea are like only Plave, or do you guys are you interested in this world, or I feel like there's a lot more to get into there. Um, oh, someone mentioned they also do the choreographies themselves. Yeah, I heard that. We Go Six, actual new virtual idol band. The lore is so fun. Yeah, I was just so curious about them, and just so like wanted to know more. And then, you know, I think a big thing too was that um they were like winning music shows, right? They were winning on music shows. They were rising up the charts. Um I think at this point they had sold like 750,000 albums. So I wrote something on Forbes, just kind of like exploring their world a little bit. Um, and I just sent it in the chats as well. But that got a great response, and I was really, really curious just to kind of see, just what was there an international fandom about this? I think my biggest thing always is not necessarily like what I love or what Oh, everyone keeps mentioning We Go Six. I haven't heard them. I need to look into that. I definitely know Usagi Idol. Skins, I don't know who that is either, but I'm taking notes. You'll be able to view this afterwards, and we'll have this available afterwards. But gosh, you guys are showing me so. I know Hollow Live. Oh, and VTuber. Yeah, I knew VTubers was a huge world in and of itself. Oh, I look really tired. I'm so sorry, everyone. Um, so yeah, I was just really curious to get into this world. And to be honest, um, I just kind of like sent the article to someone on LinkedIn that worked for Vlast. Or I reached out saying like, oh, I just want to like let you guys know I'm really interested in what you're doing. Here's an article I did recently. Um, and and to be honest, I don't even think the person who I sent that to was the person who emailed me. But this is a tip, especially if there's any journalists out there or like people who want to write about music or K-pop in the future. But just look for connection anywhere you can, because I think there's so many ways we can find each other and get to know each other and meet one another. So I just honestly reached out through LinkedIn. Someone did reach out back to me, and and um and I just kind of like started the conversation, just saying how much I enjoyed what they were doing. We ended up having we ended up having like a Zoom chat or something, and they said, yeah, if you're ever in Seoul, please come to our offices and um just see what we are doing, and come on out. So of course I was going to try to take um interest in that and take advantage of that. Which one's playing now? Oh, this is Island. Someone shouted out Island before. Someone said it was a good wedding song, and I never thought of it like that, but now that I think about it, it's a really good ballad, right? And again, it kind of like tricks me, because Island, when I saw the song title, I was like, oh, maybe they're going back to that reggaeton sound, maybe another tropical sound. But no, this is a beautiful ballad. So anyway, yeah, I know everyone's laughing at LinkedIn, but I really did reach out on LinkedIn, and I was in Seoul over last summer. Actually, this was like July. I was in Taiwan for a conference, and then of course I had to go to Seoul because it was nearby. So this was all last year. So I reached out, said like, yeah, would love to, come by. They really wanted to see, or they really wanted to show me, the offices and things like that. So yeah, I went to Vilas's company, the headquarters, which is in Hongdae. If you guys know Hongdae, it's like I think it's a great neighborhood of Seoul. I've stayed there a couple times. It's very like musical. Not a lot of K-pop companies are there, to be honest. I think Size P No, actually no, not Size P Nation. I think YG actually used to be in Hongdae. I could be wrong, But Hongdae is kind of like, it's a very musical area. I actually got sent there for an assignment once to talk about like the what do you call it, street performers. Like there's a big street performer and kind of busking culture out there. But yeah, Vlast, which someone pointed out, is a good point. They originally starting, as a tech company, or they are a tech company, have grown into this kind of entertainment company in that way. But and they're moving offices now. Okay, that's so interesting because yeah, you get there and it kind of, to be honest, just it looks like just a kind of unassuming building. You wouldn't even know that like it's it's kind of a Plave Plave headquarters or Vilas headquarters. But what I thought was really sweet was that it's not like fans were waiting outside. You kind of see that at the different offices. Like I know I've like been definitely to like JYP's offices or Hive Building or YG, and fans are definitely around there. But Vlast was very unassuming, except there was, and I don't know if anyone caught this, but in the thumbnail for this video, I just made a little collage of different things. But there's a there was a Subway ad for Bambi's birthday. So I felt like that was kind of like my little hints that like, oh, we're here. um, but oh my gosh, and they had a smaller office when they were starting. See, that's so wild because, and the guys, the executives and the staff members that I met, they were so they were so like humble and kind and nice, and they were saying, oh yeah, this is our building, but we don't even own every floor. um and I just want to be like totally transparent and upfront. Like I did, you do have to sign like an NDA confidentiality form because of course they have a lot of things that need to be private, need to be, kept secret. And I really want to respect that. I did check with Vlast even before this story about, what's okay to, mention in the story, what's not. So I'm not gonna expose anyone or anything like that. But I just want to kind of, give a general picture. So if there's certain questions that show up and I'm not ignoring, I'm just being respectful, which I think you guys get that because I think Play fans for the most part are like very, I don't know how to explain. It's like this different level of respect where you guys, I don't think anyone's being silly or pretending, right? Like we all know there's real, we all know the story and the lore, but also like we play into it, we can have fun and we can, just be respectful of the entire concept and respectful of the way that they're being artists. So um um y- so yeah, you go there and to be honest, yeah, like I said, it's kind of an unassuming place, which I actually think is probably for the better because if they kind of had like big, signs or things like that, that might be a little too much for might be a little too much for just kind of the concept in general. But yeah, we had a great talk. I sat with some of the executive teams, including CEO William, who was interviewed for the piece. And yeah, they were just so down to earth and so like open and very much aware that like what they're doing is something new. They're super aware that they're trying something new, and they're very humble about everything. They weren't like saying like, oh yeah, we've made it. They were very kind of like cautious about everything. And someone brought up the Sassang fans. Yeah, I know it's a little, we can get into that in a little bit, but also, I think they're very in tune with you guys as fans as well. I have to say, I was really taken aback by all the ways that they look at fan feedback. They were like, yeah, we know that fans are a little nervous about like investments we've gotten, or partnerships with other companies, but we want them, we really do everything on our own. It's like we have creative independence. And if you guys read the article, it's not really about, it's not financial, it's not just financial investments, right? It's also about kind of like guidance in the industry, and helping one another. Um, so yes, they are among you guys. They really know, and they're like, oh yeah, we know fans weren't happy about this or this, but you know, they're watching is all I'm saying. But it was just such a cool, and again, the office again. I want to be so respectful, because you literally walk in and there's signs that say like no phones, no recording. Um, what's this? Is this pump up the volume? Yeah. So I had seen them right before Pump Up the Volume, and actually, well, I'll get into the whole story. We can keep going, but yeah, there was just yeah. So there's and to be honest, about the recordings and NDAs, like that's actually not super super different. A lot of companies will actually like. I've been to companies where like they make you put like a sticker over like your phones, and things like that. Um, so you can't take photos. That's definitely happened before. But this one, I don't think they were too super nervous about anything. But you know, obviously, I think they knew I'm there for the right reasons. But yeah, I got to go on a little tour of the office after our really good chat, and got to see kind of how the technology works, and how the staff all work. And it's if you read the article, it's very humble, it's very unassuming. It's not like they it's not like it's like plastered with you know Vlast and Plave's pictures everywhere. It's very like it's very kind of like, I don't know if the word is startup, but like there's a lot of young people, like just everyone is kind of like really focused, really working hard. I got to see how like, they film different things. And I think actually while I was there, they were preparing for Pump Up the Volume. So I think without even realizing that was the song, I was hearing the song because I remember kind of like this punk rock vibe. And I talked about, we just kind of had like a preliminary interview, and things like that, and nothing was quoted from that, but they were telling me how, oh, they're preparing a new album for the fall. And I think actually the album that came out in February this year was oh my gosh, are they in here actually? Good point. Why do you guys call them Dukes or Tukes? Just curious. Now I'm I'm a little scared now that they might be here too. But they know I'm a big fan, and love them too. But yeah, I remember them saying there was going to be an album, and we were hoping to do like a story for the fall, because and this was in 2004, keep in mind. So, all this is like not a whole year old, but oh, watch me woo. Ooh, I didn't know that there was a name Vlast made for their staff. So I was during pre-debut. Okay, well, I should have been more prepared. I should have called them that when I visited. But yeah, so yeah, we were there, and then I thought, oh yeah, it'd be great to make this for fall 2024. And I had actually told my editor, the editorial director, Hannah Karp, who's huge supporter of K-pop. She's an amazing woman, has an amazing career, someone I really respect and look up to. But I had told her about Plave, like in a lunch we had, just like kind of catching up and talking about K-pop. She said, oh, what are you excited about? And I was like, Actually, there's this group, Plave. They're virtual, but I really think there's something special here. And I think she kind of probably looked at me like, okay, what, he's just saying something crazy or whatever. But then like a month later, she said, actually, Jeff, this is a great story. Can we like talk about it? Can you look into maybe what their next release is or what would be good timing? So that was a big thing we talked about. Of course, do I know malware? That sounds scary. Isn't malware something bad? Um, by the way, you guys are totally seeing me in my like ADD. I like had a long week and now I'm like, it's like Saturday morning and I like still am drinking coffee. So I'm jumping everywhere. Mm, now where's the haters? Yeah. We don't need no haters. If there's any malware in the chat, please exit. This chat is for plea and bad bitches only. Um, if you know the joke, you know the joke. That's a BB Rexa joke. But yeah, so it was just kind of about trying to find right timing, right? Because Vlast was also very aware, like they're like, to be honest, we're very focused on Korea and Japan and Asia. And but we're so interested in growing and we want to do more. And I remember their interview with Radio on JoJo or JoJo Online or JoJo from Kiss FM, if you guys know him. They did an interview for Weverse festival last year, and I was really curious how that went about. So just kind of learning what they've been doing in their kind of expansions and promotions so far. Yeah, and I think that someone says they hate what they don't understand even more when Plave win awards, and I think that's really the kind of, I don't want to say sad thing or unfortunate thing, but I do think it's very unfortunate that people are like, oh, they can't accept the awards, but it's like sometimes people don't even show up to the Grammys to pick up their Grammys. Like that's not what this is about. Where we're honoring the work and the art that they've done so far. So anyway, trying to think so I'm pretty sure I can share. I don't think this is, I think this is okay to share because it was actually in the article, but then it got cut. But just so I don't know if this is a cool moment for fans, but the offices also have a lot of special things that like fans have given them, like the cakes that you guys have made of the members, or like the little clay figures, or just like little special things that fans have made, like the little scrapbooks or the cakes or the little clay figures. All those are decorated like all around Vlast. So yeah, just so you guys know, they like don't they're there, like they're not like lost, or no one's throwing them away. Like I think I actually asked, can I take a photo? And they're like, oh, we prefer if you didn't. So I was like, no problem, say no more. But so I was looking through my phone actually, so to see if I had it. But oh, they make the stuff. Vlast makes stuff for you guys too. Oh, nice. Well, yeah. So to be honest, like I said, yeah, this article has been in the works for over a year, but we finally had a good opportunity to make things happen. I said, oh, the new album is coming in February. And to be honest, I don't really know why it took all the way to May to come out, but um, um, yes, they get to see it when they're on Terra. Don't cry, Javi. um, yeah. Oh, letter books. I love this. Okay. So yeah, the story itself actually ended up coming. So again, it was spent months in the works, but I, wanted to of course have a good opportunity. And Billboard Korea got involved, which I know there was some bump in the road or issue or whatever. But that's not my thing. But yeah, we got to do interview, and we and then I'll just say about that, like it's just I know why it was so sensitive. Like maybe it wouldn't be as sensitive with other artists, but I understand like why it was very sensitive to fans. So, I think that was very understood, and I wasn't involved in that side of things, but I think it's yeah. Um so but anyway, no AI was involved in my article. But that's so yeah, we did the interviews. We did it, and to be honest, it was a learning experience even for like the staff in the US, because I wrote it almost, I think, as like a almost like a fan perspective, or like you like writing about them as artists. But I had so many questions from my editors being like, how can you talk to them, like how can you see them, like what do you mean, like are they just all the like what deep fake, what is all this stuff? And I was like, okay, you're right, I got to go back to basics, because we're explaining this for like people who like older US American music industry executives who are opening their Billboard magazine for the week and being like, why are there these five really attractive like animated men on our in my book or in my magazine? And I wanted to try to get a copy for this, but I just ran out of time yesterday, so sorry about that. But you can still order it online. It's the cover with Thames on it. Actually, I think Thames and J-Hope are on it, but I think the J-Hope one is, I don't know if it's available or if it's just sold out, but you can't order it. But oh, it's too many it's too many characters, so I can't actually send it. Let me see if I can find a way to send that little link. But in the meantime, I will just say, if you go to magazineshop.us, you can find it there. Oh, here we go. Someone just said they noticed a little playback. I explained it at the beginning, but this is such an unattractive shirt. It's like very loose, so like I was just being casual today. And anyway, there's an English translation of the CG World article with Vlast online, and it's really good if you want to know about the text. Oh, okay, cool. Yo, wait. Oh wow, someone cut why? Wow. It had just started to, this song was less than 30 seconds in. This one is a early bop. You know what? What one I've really been loving lately, and it totally passed me by, was 1232 A to T. Cause I was being a little dorky, and this isn't dorky, we all do it, but I was looking at like the line distribution, because I thought the chorus was so beautiful. And I was like, oh, all five members sing on this song. Like it's not like, and that's pretty rare for K-pop kind of in general, or any boy band. Like sometimes someone takes the chorus, or one or two guys will take the chorus. But I was like, oh my gosh, all of them even sing it. I think even Hammond had like a little low note on there. So I just want to give a shout out to 1232, because lately that song has been hitting me. So yeah, the article, it was a lot of back and forth, to be honest. And but I'm really happy it came out, and I was really nervous because I want to do a good job, and especially when I'm like really liking the artist and when it's something new. Like this is kind of how I felt with a lot of like early BTS articles, or even still to this day. I know it's very much a privilege to be introducing kind of new concepts. And when I say new concepts, I mean to the American side, or to the, because America's very slow. We're not always with it. But 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 yeah, it was I don't know. I'm happy how it turned out. I didn't get to include obviously like every single detail I wanted to include. But yeah, I thought it was a good start, right? And I want to hopefully like as the as the oh, this is from the sixth summer. As the recognitions grow and like hopefully they keep growing on the charts and things like that. I want to yeah, of course I want to write more articles and things like that. So should we get into so Vlast company was also super super sweet, actually perfect timing. They were super super, I don't know, I just got this sense of pride from them. Like they were like, oh, we want to show you, you know, what we have. So they were really really sweet. They gave me like a bag of goodies, and so you know we got to so speaking of the sixth summer, so there was a copy of Asterum, The Shape of Things to Come, the first mini album. Um, and I don't think this one's signed. Um, but and I'll do my best to kind of show this, but you know, we have I'm doing my best here, you guys, but you know, very schoolboy concept, which I always kind of loved. Like it's almost like if you guys are having a tough, if people are having a tough time getting into like virtual idols, like look, they're doing the schoolboy concept just like so many, you know, rookies do. So we got to give that a shout out. Um, and I know it's Unho's birthday. Someone brought this up. I didn't do it on purpose because you guys voted on the timing, but I was a little nervous I was going to get in the way of any like live streams or things like that. So thankfully we didn't. But um, so inside, right, we got the stickers, and you know, I love that they have the music notes. Music is always a feature of everything. We have our, I don't know what, I guess you'd call this a bookmark, but it also has the musical elements on here as well. And I thought that was so cool to see. I've never seen like Korean on music notes like that. So, oh, where's the cup sleeve event in the US? Let me know. That's so cool. Um, and who were the photo cards? Well, we have Bambi. And Bambi ended up, I think, giving the most quotes in the no, Yejun and Bambi gave the most quotes, I think. And then we have a student identification card. And this was for Yejun, which I felt like it was special to have this because it's like, oh, he was the first member, you know, the one who, you know, if you I oh, and I was curious about this too, if you guys learned anything new from the article. I know there were a couple more like international articles they did like right around the same time. Um, but oh, there's a Bambi one in New York City coming up. Maybe I gotta go to that. I always love sneaking in. um, but but yeah, I just I loved that Yejun kind of had all these meetings with V last, and they shared like he was the one who kind of they convinced from the beginning based on his, you know, musicality and his personality, and then he kind of recruited, you know, more people. And you know, a really big point was that like everyone who came into Plave was recommended based on their musical abilities and artistic abilities. So I thought that was really really cool. um, okay, let's keep going. Oh, and this is a little, I mean, it's a little old now, but I got a 2024, you know, desk calendar, which, you know, goes into, you know, same kind of concept and vibe. I know it's not 2024 anymore. Oh, hello, Noah. I think that's a cute photo. um, more, I just like, and I think this is a big part of it too. Like, you can see their personalities. Like, do you guys remember when Maeve came out? I actually have an album from Maeve somewhere, but I just didn't I wasn't feeling like the personalities, and I know that they're very focused on AI and things like that. So these are two totally different things, but I just didn't like feel it in the same way. You know what I'm saying? So I just love seeing these guys' personalities. Like that is so much life right there. I love it. So happy Christmas. So while I said that, like, yeah, it's a little old, but I do, me and my boyfriend, we keep this in the kitchen as like a little like, oh, you know, what days, I don't know if this is sacrilegious to like cross out, but you know, we can just be like, oh, what what days, you know, oh, it's Thursday, you know, and just kind of, so this actually stays in our kitchen like this. so so I just want to say, you know, Vlast or Tukes, if you're in the chat, I'm really using your items, so thank you. Um, let's stay on the album vibe. I don't know about you guys. I'm someone who likes keeping things in the packaging just like as long as possible. So so the I got two Steerum 1431 albums here. They're in the, I've taken them out, but they're in the packagings. And so let's open this one. If you guys can see, you know, it has a little sleeve around it, which I think is really nice. I kind of like these sort of, I know there's a word for them, like these mini ones, but yeah, we got their little, I think you guys can see it. All right, so we open it up. If anyone doesn't have these versions, you can kind of see, you know, everything in there. Polka album. That's what it's called. So we of course got our stickers. More stickers. I'll show you my pulls in just a second. But we have this little pull out. Very pretty. I love this background. I love the colors. You know, this photo I feel like is iconic now. And you know, the back is more of these pretty colors. And I guess if you wanted to, you could like rip these. They're kind of has perforated edges. So I guess these could be almost like large photo cards. I don't know if that's the point, but let me not get too ahead of myself. But okay. More Bambi. He seems to be the go-to person. And then we got Birthday Boy, Unho. I'm assuming he's supposed to be sleeping, but like, I don't know, just like, this is so unique and I still like love it. I don't know. Like, if I could choose one song, what's your fave Plave song? You guys are crazy. Don't get me in trouble. I really have to say, I mean, Wait for Love got me, like it hooked me in, right? But then I think Watch Me Woo just like had me realize like, oh, this is way more than like anything that you can expect. Like this isn't even just like easy listening. It's like, oh, this is a really cool like reggaeton song. So oh no, someone said careful when you sleep. I'm planning a visit for that album. Keep my window open. Yeah, right, people. All right, so this is the second one. We got our guys here too. I'm gonna have to go back to you on the song. Watch Me Woo is just like such a, like every time I listen to it, I get really excited. But I know there's more meaningful songs, so I don't know. Maybe I'll say like TBD. Maybe like the next songs. All right, so let's open this guy up. Once again, a new kind of look. We got more logos here. Oh, this one's, oh yeah, this one's really cute. Okay, so let's start with the stickers. I didn't understand Pixel World. Someone has to explain that to me because what is Pixel World about? Did I miss something there? Apologies if I did. Of course, Bambi again. This one's really cute. I have to say, this one might be like one of my favorite. Might be one of my favorite like looks. Oh, Pixel World is a song. Okay, duh. Oh, that's from the first mini album. Oh, and this is first the single album. I'm understanding now. I got you. Wait for You was also on that album. Okay, we got Noah again. Another good one. This one's pretty. Actually, really pretty. I love the little what do you call that? Choker. And then we got another Bambi. This one's like a little I don't know, like this one's a little harder. Don't really know how to explain it. But yes. Oh, okay. Got you. And then of course we got the guys all in there. I'm on the with the harnesses. Like, I know this is. I hope this doesn't sound. I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but like the fashion is really good too. Like, I know they can change their fashion at like the blink of an eye, but like, I love it. Like, I think they're always dressed well. If that makes sense. Let's see. Maybe this came out from another album, but we have a logo sticker pack. Still in this packaging, but yeah, these are some cute little stickers. Bambi might be my bias. I don't know. At this point, I've gotten so much of him. I loved these too. I got these like letter pouches from the Way for Love era, or they're called Way for Love pouches. So I got a lot of merch. Well, yes, Vlast, like I said, very kind guys. So we have the black and pink one. I was thinking maybe there'd be a photo card in there, but no, which is okay. I still think this is cute. I might use this in another way now that we've, unboxed them. And what's my favorite Plave merch? My favorite Plave merch is actually coming, so you'll see. They did 100 people give away. Oh, and VTubers make parties when they are. This is like kind of gray and pink or blue and pink. Yeah, the logo is so cute. If you can kind of see that. Yeah, so I'll have to find a good use for all those. Of course, a little poster next to and it comes with this like wooden backer thing, which I appreciate because sometimes things will just come like flimsy, but no, they brought this other thing. So I'll probably frame this at some point. I have some frames. I know we have some frames somewhere to still use. We just kind of put a bunch of stuff up there. Just little things from my career and stuff like that. Actually, a BTS Army fan made that. If any Army are in the chat, this is inspired by, I think it was Love Yourself, Her concept photos, where the guys like are in the flowers, and it also has that like special background. So that artist, she's really amazing. She actually got in touch because she needed a visa to continue her work and studies in America. So, she got back in touch and asked if I would write her a recommendation letter. And I'm like, of course. Like, oh my God, you know, like that's the least I can do for you. Um, so that's that. I love Noah's hat on this one too, by the way. Okay. But I think my favorite merch is actually these. So I don't the acrylic stands. Do you guys know what these are? I thought these were so cool and fun, and I love that like they include me. They gave me all five. So I thought like, and again, I like keeping things in the packaging until like I want to show it to someone or share it with someone. So these I've kind of kept really, you know, in their own thing. I know I can put them out and like put them in their own stand, but I just kind of wanted to wait for the right moment. So anyway, because I know once I take it out, it's going to be a little difficult to put back in. But let's start with Yejun, right? He looks really cool. Our leader, our captain, giving us a salute. You guys are going so funny. So, you know, it's officially out. So if you take this, put it down, and then you can put him in the stand. What am I doing wrong? Am I doing this wrong? Oh, I think it's backwards. Yeah, I want to be careful. I don't want to. Oh, there we go. So here we are. And, they have these cool kind of additional, I guess you could put them on like a keychains or something. Oh, there's film in the acrylic stand. Okay. You guys are good. You guys know more than me. But yeah, I thought it was just so cool. So nice. Where can I put him? Where like, let's put him up here for now. What protective film here? Let me look at it on the next one. All right, who should we do next? First name I see. I'm gonna open him next. Noah. Okay, that was the first name I saw. Whoa, actually, several people threw up Noah. Quick. Oh, Noah got the first four responses. Okay, all right, let me show you guys a little closer. So I think someone called him our prince or our princess. Super pretty. Have I gotten any good things of other singers? Well, yes. I mean, if you can't see my whole little, this is not even my whole K-pop collection. I was forced to put a bunch of it in storage because we don't have room. But right now, this is kind of like my little display. So if you can't see, but little better view, not in any plastic anymore. Now I'm gonna try to find this plastic you guys keep talking about, but I hope I'll have the upcoming Japanese album. I'm really excited for that. And they were excited about it too. They wanted to talk about it like in the article. So I know this is like a big moment for them. So official Japanese debut. La la la. We got a little. Oh yeah, the Japanese album does look pretty. Can you guys even see that? Yeah. Well, I'm so curious, kind of like the response and how things are going to go. But all the concept photos have been really pretty. So I'm super excited for that. There was one really cool one. I think it kind of looked like an action movie or something. Um, yeah. Someone said mom and dad. And I think we should do Bambi next because I heard there's a age order that we should do. So don't worry. My bias, apparently. I love the fashion again. Like, look at those. Would you call those leg warmers? Like, I love it. There's a protective film on the acrylic. I think I think the plastic film is back here, right? But then, oh, are you guys saying there's another thing of film on the front? All right, this is gonna look crazy if I don't keep moving. So, oh, it does have film on both sides. All right, I got to go back and kind of clean things up. But for now, oh, it's a little difficult to remove, and I don't really have nails. I'm so sorry. Oh, wow, wow, wow! It's really thin and it looks non-existent. That's why it's a little difficult to get these guys in. He looks a little farther away from the rest of them, but that's just because the stands and the way that they're standing look like that. I'm not trying to keep anyone away. Who's next? It's Hammond, right? Oh, Unho, sorry. Oh yeah, Hammond's always usually on the side, right? I like that you guys are all saying hi to him too. You guys are so cute. Um, lots of Riz. I don't know if I'm using that right. Lots of attitude there. But again, like a great fashion. Happy birthday, boy. Yes, it's still the 24th here as well. So actually, I hope I wasn't getting, it's the 25th now in Korea. So actually, that worked out nicely. I didn't want to get in the way of his birthday, but we can celebrate it here and then not get in the way of him in Korea. Vampire style. And last but not least, I'm in. I'm going to try to get this. Oh, this is Pixel. Duh. I think those first, yeah, those. I think I told you guys that first single. It was pitched to me and things like that, but I just didn't know. I didn't understand it. Like, and to be honest, this is kind of a big part why I wanted to do that article in a big way. Like, I'm really proud that it's in the magazine and people literally can open it up and they just are treated to these. It's 4 pages too. It's a 4 page spread. Um, so you get a big like full page photo of Plave. Um, on like think the second photo. The text is on the next one with individual photos of every member on it. I wish I could show you guys, but I feel like that's not um oh it's Bombi and Hamin. Hamin. I'm really not good at enunciating and um yeah. Also, I kind of have this. I don't know if anyone knows what this is, but oh, you ordered the magazine. Thanks, Mackenzie. Not that I make any money off it, but um, yeah. Let me try to get this film off because I kind of see it on this. This one's giving me like a little bubble, and I think it's gonna make it easier. You guys, you were right. You were right. And it's a lot cleaner too on there. All right, Helman came through. He gave me some little starters because look. I feel like there's a lot of ugly scenes. Oh, and this is so much easier to put in. Well, no wonder. Ooh, you guys thought it was satisfying to do the peels? Maybe I should start a ASMR. I think it's satisfying to take plastic off things, but okay. The family is complete. Let's try to hold them all together. I know it's not as easy, but because I probably have to end this soon. We've been on for about an hour. Ah, if I don't take off the film, it's not going to come off later. Okay, good tips. I'm actually really happy you guys are. What? Wait. And everything's flipped, you know? I can't do it. Oh, there we go. One big happy family. I think I'm doing this right, right? Yeah, right order. But all the hearts, all the different colors. Okay, time to remove all the film. I will remove all the film. I promise you guys. But that's been everything that I really wanted to show and share with you guys. Um, we can do like a couple more questions or things like that. But if you guys like this, please let me know, or please, if we're not following each other on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, please feel free to reach out and follow. And maybe we'll do this again more. Maybe we could do like a live, we could do parties for like the new releases or something. Do I think Plave will have a concert in the US? I know they want to. And I know Plave, Vlast, they want to expand, and go more global with things. I think they're getting more confident that they can do it. I think last year when we met, they were very like, like we're just kind of focused on Korea and Asia and Japan right now. But I don't know. I'm like, as long as the technology is right and they have the right, screens and everything, like, why not? Like, why not? Because I hope I did a little part of like just helping them make it and like getting them into this magazine and do any things like that. Did I prepare anything special for the interview when I conduct? I mean, I think I probably had too many questions. I just wanted to I just want to know everything. um, but oh, and just one little note that I thought was really cool, and I think speaks to, again, like why I really take them as the big, like the number one, like the real deal, because uh when I visited in July, we had just put out like the best K-pop albums of the year so far, and Plave, I think Asterum 1431 was like number 4 or 5. It was like really high up there, but they were telling me, they were like, oh, they're really happy about that. Also, a lot of their collaborators worked on albums for like Triple S and Artemis, which were also on the list. So they were really happy to see like they're in good company. There's a lot of people they respect on there. So yeah, I just really, I don't know. I was just really humbled by like the fact that like they're really serious about music and they want to do a good job. Um they want to do a lot of like great works in the future. And I think and the last thing I forgot if this was in the article or not, but I wrote it originally that like there's even like a karaoke station like in on one of the floors where like staff can like, I guess staff like unwind and they all sing together, and there's a guitar, I think there's maracas, like there's just there's a lot of love there, and I think a lot of excitement, and just yeah, I just I love when people are excited about what they love. And again, I don't want to keep making like comparisons or things like that. I know they're their own entity, but it just took me totally back to like early days of talking with BTS and their team on the phone and like being like they're like we really want to get on Billboard, or like we are so, oh, we made the bubbling under Hot 100, we really want to make the Hot 100 next time. Like there's just genuine excitement about like spreading the message and what they can do. So yeah, I think I can kind of feel that from you guys too. They've done online shopping for their stuff. There were a lot of snacks too. Oh my gosh, yeah, there were like huge, um, like big tubs of snacks. So that's hilarious that you guys brought that up, because I wouldn't have even thought to bring that up, but maybe snacks are a big thing. Oh, maybe it's a full snack room. Ah, okay, interesting. Love it. Well, guys, from me and the guys themselves, I think I'm going to sign off because dear friend of mine is leaving New York for LA. It's very sad, but we're having a little go away brunch for him. So I'm going to close this out very shortly, but I didn't get to try any snacks, no, but um and I know it's probably really late for some of you guys who are on the other side of the world. I really tried to give different options, like my night, my morning, your guys' night, your morning. So yeah, I hope this was fun. I really want to do more of these for the future. And let's stay in touch. If we're not following each other, I'm at Jeff__Benjamin on basically every platform. We're on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. What else is there? YouTube. Obviously, we're here on YouTube. And if you're interested, I don't like to push this too much, but my newsletter, I have a newsletter. It's called The Crossover, where we focus on K-pop expanding into the US. Oh, Merry Christmas is playing. I thought I removed this. I was not going to play this song because, again, I don't really like Christmas music. But in my newsletter, something for the subscribers, or I think it's paid. It might be under paid subscribers, but there's just a little more behind the scenes. I mean, you guys got the full tea right now, but there was something specifically, that paid subscribers get before everyone else. I don't really like to push paid stuff. Everyone is kind of doing their own thing or in their own situation, but just want to mention, if you're interested, if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, it's for free. And yeah, please reach out, and maybe we'll do this when the Japanese debut happens. But Merry Christmas is playing again. Okay, clearly in my playlist, it's just now rooting through like all the Christmas stuff. So on that note, hopefully more fun stuff with Plave. More fun Plave stuff in the future. My dream would be to have them on here with us one day. So that would be amazing. But we'll talk about we'll look into that in the future. So I'll see you guys later. I'll leave you all with Merry Christmas. And thank you so much for tuning in. And good night if it's good night. Have a good day if it's your day. Have a good afternoon if it's your afternoon. And thank you, Plave. This was so fun. We're up to 500 people. Oh my God. So, mwah.